What's up, everybody? My name is Tremon. I am the divine architect. I'm the king, quantum alchemist, the one who transmutes all things, including timelines, into gold. And this is Character Transmutation LLC, where we transform your character from lead to gold. On this video, we're going to be talking about how your mindset creates your reality. You don't need a new breakthrough. Your life has already been created based off of how you have been thinking. Let's check the foundation. So number one, every belief is a building block. Are you building a cage or a castle? And we don't ignore the background in the back. We're gonna flow through it, guys, don't worry. So are you building a cage or a castle? So if you're stacking up limiting beliefs of fear, doubt, worry, and indecision, this is a low frequency mindset. Not to judge it, but to call it what it is. You have higher capacities within you. So if you're accessing these lower frequencies and you're staying there, then you're building a cage. You're building a cage of limitations. The moment you think that you want to do something more, the moment you want to become more, or even create more, you're stuck. You hit a ceiling. And that's because you created a mindset surrounded by limitation. You think that you're just a three-dimensional being, but in truth, you're a multi-dimensional being operating from the seventh dimension, that's heaven. But in order to operate from heaven, you must cultivate your remembrance of who your divine self is. Then you can operate in flow. But if you're not there, then you're going to be in a third dimension of linear time, of delay, of A, B, C, and you're going to be stuck in a bubble or a box, if you will. Now, the box is not real. It's only real if you abide by it. It's only real if you don't know higher laws. You see, the universal laws of creation, they outweigh all man-made laws and systems. It's a dimensional shift you must make from the third to the fourth to the fifth to the sixth to the seventh. And from there, now you can flow. But if your mindset is not there, if your mindset is still filled with the societal norms of you can't do this, well, you need to do that to get this, well, you'll never be enough, then those ideas, those frequency-based thoughts are going to trap you and going to keep you at a low vibration. If you want to build a castle, you must start remembering more of your true divine self, which is abundant, which is peace, which is love, which is joy. Come on, we can keep going, guys, which is divine favor, which is protection from the Most High. But you have to access that going deeper within yourself. This is not something you find outside of yourself. Your mindset has already created your reality. So look around yourself. And if you're experiencing things that you don't like, people you don't mess with, situations that are not coming into favor for you, it's because of your previous mindset that has led up to this moment. But in order to change it, which you can change it, you're gonna have to build the energetic momentum of its opposite force. So where there was once lack, doubt, and limitation, there's gonna have to be abundance. There's gonna have to be faith. There's gonna have to be expansion of yourself. You're gonna have to go out and do more to become more. And that's not a negative. That is a positive thing. So now when you look back at your life, at your environment, externally and internally, you have a castle. You're a king. You're a queen. Act like it. Number two is a fixed versus scroll-based mindset. Scroll-based mindset is heaven's protocol. So if you have a fixed mindset, you don't believe in growth. You either think that you can or you can't do something. Either you are or you are not. There's really no room for flexibility. But that's only a mental framework that you've locked yourself into. And the longer you stay there, the harder it's going to be to get to your truth, to live it, and to gain the fruits of your labor. You are not fixed. You are not limited. And you haven't even been here. This is not even your first time. It's probably like your third, fourth, fifth time. I don't know. But the older your soul is, the more it's gonna have that wisdom encoded in your DNA. But you have to unlock it. And it's unlocked through divine alignment and obedience of the Most High. You have to break free. So if you're saying these things as a fixed mindset, it's time we flip it. So heaven has a protocol. It's a scroll-based reality. This means that as you following your divine purpose, and your scroll is unraveling, meaning that you're following the blueprint of your scroll, you're gonna unlock more and more of yourself. And through unlocking more of yourself, you can do more. You can have more because you have become more. And it's not that you ever lacked, nor that you didn't have it within you. It was just locked. It was sealed behind your faulty mindset. So open your mind and lock into your scroll, which is your soul-based, the scroll-based reality where your soul lives. So as you start operating from this position, you're gonna find that every day is new. Every week, every month is an opportunity for expansion and growth, because you're gonna keep growing while you're here in this vessel. But the growing is not a hindrance. It's actually a part of fulfilling prophecy, right? You can just hold more light. That is your divine purpose. To transmit and hold more light. You can do it. Number 3, the danger of subconscious agreements that no longer serve you. Oh, this is a big one, guys. This is a big one. So back when I was smoking weed a lot, I'm not even smoking anymore. I don't think I ever will, unless it's like purely ritualistic and straight from the Congo or something. I don't even know. But it is a spiritual product, but the way we use it today is not spiritual at all. We just use it as a medicinal drug, and we try to use it to cope from life situations instead of actually becoming more, right? Either way, back when I was smoking all this weed, I tried to stop multiple times, but I kept not stopping. I kept starting over. Day 1 became day 1 for 30 days. Day 2 became day 2 for another 2 weeks. And then I just kept cycling through. Why? Because of these subconscious contrasts I had created within myself. It was, if I stopped smoking weed, then my partner, my girl at the time, then maybe she won't vibe with me the same no more. If I start smoking weed, then I gotta stop doing a whole lot of things that I was used to doing that made me comfortable. I gotta stop eating all these snacks. I gotta stop just watching mindless TV. I gotta stop wasting time. I gotta get on my hustle. I gotta get on my divine assignment. And I gotta actually take accountability for the misuse of my vessel. I didn't want to do that. But more importantly, I couldn't, because of these subconscious contracts I was locked into. I had to literally face the unseen wall of agreements with myself, with the environment, with the weed itself, and with my partner, whether she knew it or not. I had to face these agreements and break them. I had to face them one by one and start to create new contracts to allow myself to be free. To say, I don't have to smoke weed to have a connection. I don't have to smoke weed to eat when I want to eat what I want to eat. Matter of fact, let me build more willpower. Let me build more self-discipline so that the weed is not controlling me. And as I started to taper off, I gained more and more of myself. I gained more and more clarity. So it don't even have to be weed. It can be anything. But know that if you're having a hard time stopping a certain habit, it's attached to your subconscious programming. And you can break it through, in the present moments, affirming something different. Thus, you're gonna do something different and be something different. It's a frequency shift. Or you can make a plan to slowly but surely taper off. And through your integrity and building your character, you do that. And last one, you can do a meditation series. So meditation might be the quickest way, but you really have to know what you're doing and tapping into your subconscious programming directly, right? You're doing it through meditation, through playing an affirmation on loop. I am whole, I am clean, I am free, I am sober. Whatever affirmation you need, the words are frequencies. And you play that on loop in a deep meditative state, and then you can break free. Because it's all subconscious, guys. You can break free if you truly want to. But if not, it's going to keep pulling you back. So if you find yourself keep coming back to vices and coming back to bad habits and bad relationships, it's deeply rooted in the unseen. So prayer is not enough without action. Last one, guys. You rewrite your remembrance. You rewrite by remembrance, not just repetition. So this kind of goes in hand with what I kind of discussed with breaking free of the subconscious loop. Pure repetition is not enough. You can do something over and over again to try to change your identity, but it won't work. You're gonna keep coming back. You could say affirmation over and over again, but it won't have any power. Why? Because you have to remember your divine true identity. It goes deeper than just words, rituals, and routines. It goes at the level of your soul and body remembrance. I keep saying remembrance because when I was going through my awakening, my spiritual expansion, every day was new because I was remembering more of myself. It's been people, ancestors, assignments, scroll-based realities, even dimensions that I wasn't even aware that I should have been known. Like I wasn't aware that it was a part of my life, my reality, because I was so boxed in. But as I let go of the weed, for me it was the pinnacle point of the weed, because it was blocking my third eye, my clarity, my vision. But as I let those things go, I started to see more and more and more. And the seeing brought forth remembering. So now I remember myself to be the king, quantum alchemist, the one who transmutes all things into gold. And from that point, it was game over. I already knew the assignment, but it was still another layer. The other layer was the divine architect, the one who orchestrates and classifies blueprints for all of heaven. That's what I'm doing now, building heaven on earth, baby. But until you back your routine and your rituals with a remembrance that's true, this is not something that I just made up. I remembered myself. Until you can do that, it's not going to stick, okay? And this is all in hand with building a stronger mindset. That's why I dropped the Mindset 2.0 book. It's on Amazon right now. By the time I drop this video, it will be. It's time to raise your standards. So you have to start there. And as you raise your standards and you start moving differently, thinking differently, your memory is going to start unfolding, because now you're in alignment with the source. That's what it's all about, guys. Getting back to the source. So if you're ready to go deeper with me, in my bio, link in my bio, I'm offering a $75 mindset breakthrough coaching call. You don't need no more quotes. You need a mindset breakthrough to go into your reality, which is your mindset, and reconfigure it to get all of the viruses and the limited beliefs that's holding you back from living your true life. So if you're ready, you can DM me and click the link in my bio. And then you already know what I'm going to say. You can go from lead to gold.